This episode of CBTV is being sponsored by the Eastern Idaho Workforce Training Center. I'll tell you more about them in a minute, but first, here's our top stories. Today on CBTV Idaho, we're going to give an update on the I-15 I-86 Interchange construction project. We're going to talk about the lane restrictions that are happening on the intersection of 17th and Boulevard in Idaho Falls, and we're going to give an update on the public park sidewalk improvement project. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. My name is Tyson, and you're watching Construction Business TV, Idaho Falls, Idaho. Welcome back everyone to CBTV Idaho. My name is Tyson. I'm your video journalist for Construction Business TV in the East Idaho area. If this is your first time on the channel, CBTV is your go-to resource for news on all of the construction and development projects that are happening in your local area. Let's start this off as we always do with a local construction job post lead. So Worksteer LLC has an immediate need to fill 4 different positions. All these positions are local to Idaho Falls. They're full-time, entry level, and they have wages that range between $17 and $35 an hour. What they're looking for is carpenters, apprentice plumbers, journeyman electrician, and journeyman plumber. If you're interested in any of these positions, learning more information on them, as well as how to apply for them, there is a link in the description below the video. For our first story, we're going to talk about the public park sidewalk improvements. So improvements for the sidewalks in North Highland Park in Idaho Falls are going to begin this Wednesday, April 19th. JM Concrete is going to be installing sidewalk and drainage swales on both sides of Presto Street and on the west side of Jefferson Avenue. All properties on the construction zone will remain accessible. So the city is asking residents to please use caution around construction workers and follow traffic signs for modifications to traffic flow or plan alternate routes. Barring unforeseen conditions, this project will be completed by the end of May. The project is being funded by the Community Development Block Grant from the Department of Housing and Urban Development. If you're not familiar with this channel, I provide construction news every Tuesday at 4 o'clock on our YouTube, on our Facebook, and on Instagram. If you want to keep following these projects and these stories as they unfold, you can do so by hitting the subscribe button below the video and liking the video on any of those platforms. Let's hit story number 2. So there's been a lot of online discussion regarding the lane restrictions on 17th and Boulevard, especially in conjunction with the construction that has already begun on the intersection of 17th and Woodruff. But let's talk about the Boulevard one. So motorists are urged to slow down and be more cautious at the intersection of 17th and Boulevard over the next few days. Construction crews are going to be removing concrete and installing new curb and gutter on 17th Street near its intersection with South Boulevard. So westbound traffic on 17th Street will be reduced to 1 lane with lane closures on South Boulevard as needed. The work began yesterday morning, April 17th, and barring unforeseen conditions, the work will be completed by tomorrow, Wednesday of this week. So until that time, they're asking you to please reduce speeds, obey posted traffic control signage, watch for construction crews throughout the work zone. I can't emphasize that enough to please watch out for construction workers, keep them safe and doing their job, give them a thumbs up, make sure that you appreciate the hard work that they are doing at making your community a safer and more efficient place to live. Before I get on to my final story, I have some really exciting news to share from our sponsor, the Eastern Idaho Workforce Training Center. Here are a few reasons why you may want to contact the Eastern Idaho Workforce Training Center. If you're a business in the community and would like to partner with other businesses like Idaho Steel, Premier, INL, and others to put together a top-notch CAD program. If you're a local business and you would like to help deliver a much-needed forklift training to the community, or if you're a business looking to help train your workforce, or if you're a part of a workforce that is looking to boost your skills, then you should give Penny Lyon a call. Her phone number is 208-535-5409. You can also reach her email as well. For a final announcement, I want to let you know that the Eastern Idaho Workforce Training Center is going to have some industry-focused open houses coming in May and June, and to keep an eye out because they would love to see you there. For my final story, I'm going to give you an update on the I-15 I-86 Interchange construction project. So as the temperatures warm, motorists are going to see nighttime work starting up again at the Flying Y System interchange in Pocatello. In addition, there's also going to be some short-term detours while girders are placed for the new northbound bridge. So as of last week, the east to northbound ramp is closed. Traffic is being diverted south to detour through the Pocatello Creek interchange. At this point, heavy equipment is going to be moving earth during the night as contractors rebuild the interchange. The excavated earth will be moved on the large conveyor system the Idaho Falls Transportation Department has been using to limit the need for heavy trucks entering and exiting the interstate within the work zone. The massive project requires nearly round-the-clock work during summer months to achieve the goals set by ITD for project completion. During the nighttime work, nearby businesses and residents may notice more noise from the heavy equipment moving around the work site. Detours necessitated by the placement of girders will be updated on 511.idaho.gov or the 511 app. While this work continues, weather is going to be a major factor of the timing of the completion. Motorists are encouraged to keep up to date via the 511 resources. Motorists should exercise additional care at night to keep everyone safe. ITD is asking motorists to keep an eye on the road, slow down, obey signs, and be patient with other drivers. The System Interchange project is part of Governor Little's Leading Idaho initiative that pays for shovel-ready projects to move forward without delay. That's going to do it for this week's edition of Construction Business TV in the East Idaho area. Thank you guys so much for your time and your support. If you haven't yet, you can show your support by subscribing to Construction Business TV on YouTube. You can also follow us on Facebook as well as Instagram. We'll see you guys next Tuesday, 4 o'clock sharp. Thank you guys for your time and your continued support. Drive safe.